Hey crafty people, it's Tasha here, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing a video that I originally shared over on the Heavy Doodle page. I really hope you enjoy it. Today, let's play around with one of our Masquerade masking stencils. And I also grabbed a few other stencils, but I didn't end up using them all. We will use that Highlander Stencil though. The Jumbo Jump for Joy Heavy Cut, and I'm using the Window Masquerade. You get the main stencil with these square cutouts, and then you also get the square pieces. It makes it super versatile, not to mention a really great price point. The stencil is etched to help you line it up against several different sizes of panels, including A2 if you work with US size and A5 if you are working with UK size. I'm going to use A2 and I always use memo tape to hold the stencil in place from behind. And then we can start ink blending. I'm going to go for an ombre blend of oxides, and I'm starting at the top with spun sugar. I've sped up the ink blending because it is a little repetitive, but I do love watching the colour coming to life as you blend across the page. I'm using 3 colours, but I want to create a blend between them rather than giving them a row each. So once I've got the top squares pretty much done, I'll take that colour down just a little into the next row. Now I'll bring that shaded lilac in, and I'm focusing that colour in the centre row, but I'm still going to take the colour up and then down into the other rows. As always, when you're blending, go back into the first colour to blend it out. Just helps to get a nicer transition. I want it to look like that colour blend would be continuing in the background behind those masked areas that this stencil creates. The deepest colour starts at the bottom, and that's Wilted Violet. This one could easily completely overtake the shaded lilac, so you do need to be a little careful with it. You can absolutely leave it like this, beautifully blended. That ombre is already beautiful, but stacking another stencil over the top of a masking stencil is going to give you a completely different look. I'm using that Wilted Violet over both of the purple inks, and I'm going to take that up a little bit into the pink just to give us that nice transition again, and then I'll add pink on top coming down. So it's a tone on tone blend. It's a little subtle, but that Highlander pattern definitely comes through. And lifting the Masquerade stencil up, oh my, what a gorgeous background we've made. I'll set that aside to dry and work on the sentiment. I love the jumbo sentiments, and this Jump for Joy one is from the latest release. I've already cut and stacked 2 layers of Bubblegum Blush Cardstock, and I've put double-sided adhesive onto another piece of it. I'll cut into the adhesive side so that I can add some glitter on the top. This die set includes a shadow piece, which I'll cut from vellum. I love making my own glitter cardstock sentiments, and it's really, really easy to do, honest. I'll take the backing off, and a tool-in-one or something similar makes this much easier, and then just tip the glitter all over it. I'll use that scrap paper to catch all the extra, which makes it easy to funnel it back into the pot. This one I'm using is Cotton Candy Sparkles, and it's brand new. Don't be afraid to rub the glitter into that adhesive. That's going to help make sure it's all covered and it's not going to come off on your recipient. This sparkles mix actually has some bigger chunks with some finer glitter mixed in there too. So I did the whole sparklification process twice just to make sure I'd filled in any little bits that weren't already sparkled, because some of those bigger chunks move a little when you rub them down. Then this one gets glued onto the other 2 layers just for some added dimension, but you can totally skip that if you aren't fussed for it. I love adding a vellum shadow behind die cut sentiments too. I think a sub-sentiment would look really good on this curved banner die cut, and I've grabbed a mini sentiment to stamp on there. And I'm using the negative piece to sit my banner in. Just makes it easier to stamp it. You just need to make sure that you've pushed it right down into that corner. This stamp is actually a freebie that I got with one of my orders. Giving this stamp a little to fit on that banner. The lid of the Misty is going to hold it in position whilst I stamp, and it doesn't hurt the stamp itself at all. I actually didn't get the best position in here, but I'm still going to use it. The die embosses some lines, so I'll fold along them to create the ends of the banner and make it 3D. Some heavy foam tape behind it will hold it in a nice position. This lovely lacy borders die set honestly comes out for almost all of my crafting sessions. It's just so useful. I'll use that heart border on a piece of the Bubblegum Blush Cardstock to get some tiny hearts in the same colour that I can use to embellish. I really like how they look on that banner. So that's today's card. There are so many ways to use these Masquerade stencils, and we'd love to hear some of your ideas in the comments down below. Have a lovely, happy, safe and wonderful week. Stay crafty. Bye.